Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Welcome back to my channel. I want to welcome you to the not too shabby SpringThings hop. You'll be able to see all of the videos that are in this hop by going to hashtag N2S SpringThings. Be sure to check out all of the other crafters in the hop because I know they'll have a lot of inspirational projects for you to see. Down in the description you're going to find a raffle copter for our giveaway. The giveaway closes on February 7th and the winner will be announced on the Not Too Shabby YouTube channel. One winner will receive a $25 gift card to the Not Too Shabby Shop. So this is my first time working with one of the Not Too Shabby Shop box of the month, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out a couple of things out of here and see what I want to make first with this cute little pack. It's really hard to pick what I want to play with out of this kit. Now there are a couple of different stamp sets and a stencil and a bunch of other things in the kit, and I am going to be sharing that on an unboxing video as well, and I'll link that here once I get that one up. I decided to go with this cute big bunny. I mean, this bunny is huge. It is big enough to be the entire front of your A2 size card panel, and I am going to just color this guy up with some Arteza markers. So when I stamped the bunny out, I stamped him out on just some regular Recollections regular weight cardstock. I would have to say that that is kind of a mistake, but part of that is because I really don't know how my Arteza markers work because I haven't played with them much. I've had these things for probably a year or two and I very rarely get them out because I never get the kind of result that I get with my Spectrum Noir. And that's because I don't really understand the whole concept. I am getting better at watercoloring, and I've done a lot of watercoloring with regular watercolors over the last year, so I'm thinking I should get a little bit better with this. Now that I experimented on this one and discovered, you know what? I need to make sure I always stamp it out onto some watercolor paper before I start getting water onto it, because it does... I would say the color doesn't react the same way as it does on watercolor paper, number one, and number two, it warps very, very easily, and I'm not using a ton of water. I'm basically picking up a little bit of water onto my Arteza brush and trying to blend that out, because what I found with these markers is they are a lot more intense in color than what I was wanting. I was wanting more of a muted pastel kind of look, a light brown for my bunny instead of a bold brown. And now if I was wanting to just do dark brown, that would have been fine, but I only had the one brown, so I wasn't really able to kind of blend it out in any way. I do take my heat gun quite a bit on this coloring to get that bunny to where I want him to look, you know, get him a little bit drier before I start adding a little bit more color down. In the end, it turned out okay, but I recommend use your watercolor paper. That's what it's for. Don't save it. You need to make sure that you're using it, especially if you've got a bunch of watercolor or water reactive types of products to do some just amazing coloring with. I thought about doing a die cut around the bunny, but I decided, you know, I don't think I have anything that would really look like what I want it to look. I was kind of thinking an oval, but I don't have, well, the paper wasn't big enough for me to be able to use an oval around. Anyway, I'm going ahead and just using some scissors to fussy cut this little guy out. There are a couple of places that are a little tricky, around the whiskers and some of the florals around his head that you want to be real careful with, but other other than that, it was a real easy image to cut out. Now, if you did want to make multiple cards, I would recommend using something like your Scan and Cut or Cricut machine if you're able to do a a kind of a scanning type of thing and cutting out the image. I don't know if Cricut has that, but I love my Scan and Cut primarily for this. I love being able to cut out stamped images that I don't have dies for. Next, I'm going to just get together some of the pattern papers that were in this kit. Now, these are so stinking cute. I haven't used this type of paper before. It's kind of got a glossy finish, so I've got a couple of ideas about some things I want to try on it. But for this one, I'm just going to do some die cutting with an oval die that I've got in my stash and layer that up, and this is going to be just so stinking cute. So first I'm putting this green panel down. It's kind of got a busy-ish background, and I'm putting this oval frame that is purples and some of those little bunnies and eggs and all that good stuff. I'm going to put that down temporarily onto the panel with some washi tape because I want to line up the middle that middle oval better, and I'm wanting it to be a lighter color. Now these papers are double-sided, so you've got a busy pattern on one side and you've got a more solid pattern on the other side, and I think this is just so nice. Next, I'm going to put that oval frame down on my panel with some foam tape. I want it to be a little bit popped up. I also thought it would be cute if my bunny was behind the frame, but his ears were out in front, or her ears. Not 100% decided whether or not this one's female or male. Doesn't really matter. So I've got the foam tape holding down my bunny from the front, so he's behind it, and then I'm gluing his ears to the front of that frame. Next, I added art glitter glue to basically the entire back of this, the bunny and the frame, and then I'm lining it up on that, right around that center frame, and that's all great. I wanted to make sure all the little bits are glued down so I get a hold of the ear, the whiskers and all that, and then I'm going to trim off the excess and realize, okay, I put it on there backwards. So I get out my paper trimmer and I am just trimming off the front of my card base. It's going to give my card a little bit more stability, so I guess it is a positive, but I did not mean to put it on there backwards. So now I need to bring out another card base to adhere this guy down to. For the sentiment, I'm diving into this ephemera pack that comes in the kit and taking out one of the Happy Easter sentiments and just putting that up at the top, popped up a little bit on foam so that it won't, you can't really do anything flat on this card when you've already got foam on there. So I think that this is just adorable. But you know me, I've got to get out some of my crystal gems. So I've got some pastel colors from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to go ahead and just add a scattering of that to the front of the card. Now, if you are like me, you are loving all of these cute sets from Not Too Shabby. So if you want to see the rest of my videos having to do with Not Too Shabby Shop products, check out this playlist here. You guys have a wonderful day. Check out the rest of the hop, and don't forget to enter. You can't win if you don't enter. You guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too.